Hello and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
I thought we should start with something important.
Yep.
And in fact, this might have to be an announcement. Which one of these was the announcement?
It's got to be one of the bottom ones.
I'm going to try this one. Nope. Okay.
When did we have... Oh, yeah, we did the Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah. I'll try this one. Nope. Okay. Let's go this one.
Why is that one? There we go.
There we go. I'll label them one day.
Yep.
We have new merch on the merch store.
We have any merch?
People were demanding. There was a petition on our Discord.
Yes.
On our Discord. Links in the bio.
Yeah.
So there's new merch up. So I know people have been asking for a very particular T-shirt for a while.
Yeah.
The "It's Not What You Think, It's for Fraud" T-shirt.
Yeah.
Now available.
Now available. Yeah. It's not cheap. Oh, boy.
No,
we want all the money.
Yeah.
No, it's like...
And let me say,
$20
if you buy a T-shirt on Redbubble, we get a huge commission on that.
Oh, huge. I was listening to a podcast. Okay.
Which one was it?
No, it was the one to the your right.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
We run such a loose ship on this show. Why haven't I cleared out the other sound effects? No need.
In case we want some background Seinfeld music. Yeah. What's no. Okay. Cambo. Something that we need to address at the start of the show, I thought, is so this week is my week for podnapping.
Yes.
So where we take a topic of conversation or a segment from another thing and we do it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this week, I spoke to ChatGPT.
Yeah. You often do.
My good friend, ChatGPT. And I said, hey, bro, help me out. And,
what's up, bro?
And what's up, bro? Yeah. And ChatGPT came back with a game called Secret Word. Is that what I told you it was called? I can't remember.
Sneak.
Oh, Word Sneak. That's a better name. the original one that exists. Word Sneak. And so the idea is that throughout the show, we have both asked ChatGPT for 10 sort of unique, slightly uncommon words to sneak into the show. But I kind of found a problem with them because, for one, some of the words, most of the words, are words that I could not sneak into a sentence and for that to pass you by.
Yeah.
Like the word quizzical.
Yeah.
At no point.
Is that one?
Oh, could be.
Do I need to shout out if I think it's one?
This is what I think. You can maybe take notes somewhere, maybe on your computer, because what there's going to be a scoring system.
Sounds like admin to me, Nelson. I'm not on.
It's annoying, I know, but I've realized that it just won't make sense unless we have a scoring system. Okay, so this is the system.
Well, often our podnappings are very reliant on the rigid scoring systems that we use.
Yeah. There is a secret rule at the end that I will reveal, which is probably going to be my favorite in some way or another. So, if you sneak a word through and the person doesn't know... Oh, wait, okay. So, when we get to the podnapping section, then game is going to be over and we have to go through and say which words we think the other person... It was on their list, list of 10 words. What was on there?
What was the one I tried to call out before?
What? Nah, I don't remember.
God damn it. Just really opening my notes app to actually write the note down.
No, I'm not sure whether I should say that or not. Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't trust you.
All right.
You have to some new theories here. It's fucked.
So, the thing is, if you sneak a word past, you get 3 points.
Yep.
If you guess one of the other person's words, you get 2 points.
Yeah.
But if you incorrectly guess a word, you get -1 point.
Okay.
So, while it might seem obvious sometimes that we've said a ridiculously interesting word, then it could be me just trying to throw you off.
Yeah, I mean, to me it seems preposterous.
Okay, needless to say, this episode is going to be fraught with paranoia, I think.
Fraud?
This is going to be the most ridiculous episode in the world.
Fuck.
Okay. So I feel like there might be occasional pauses where I need to write down a word you've said.
One of us will say the word, the other one just stops. He goes, flummox, is that a word? What's
flummox, Kevin. Now I'm going to write that one down just to think about. You said preposterous too. I'm going to let that one fly. Okay.
Whatever's your prerogative, mate.
I don't like this. I don't like it.
I've got one that is impossible. I've got some that potential. There's one that is absolutely impossible.
Yeah, I have, I think maybe 2 words that I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah.
So, okay. Anyway, let's get into the show.
Please.
No, wait, hold on. Okay, but let's canter into the show.
You have to think about that.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. This. Okay, so I stopped. I stopped being on Reddit for a little while because it's been actually quite a few months now.
Yeah.
And I only go on to do the show notes. But because of that, it means that I've missed the opportunity to do some dad jokes or just jokes in general. Mm-hmm. But luckily, Gone Fish Caking, listener and friend of the show, Gone Fish Caking, has cross-posted this one to us.
Great.
So I thought I'd start the show with this. This was originally by a man in the dark suit, and it was just in the subreddit jokes. A man walks into a library and asks the librarian for a book on Pavlov's dog and Schrodinger's cat. The librarian says, "It rings a bell, but I'm not sure if it's here or not."
It's pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah, it's
but like
hilarious.
The thing is, that's no one can see the action you did.
So it makes it so much funnier.
Just to paint a picture, Nelson looked at his phone and then said the word hilarious, as if reading it from a list.
Oh, was I reading it from the list?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh, what a nightmare this episode is going to be. Okay.
Okay. Here's the predicament with that one. Is is a dad joke. Okay. Here's the thing with that one. A dad joke, obviously said by a dad to their kids. Would a kid understand that joke?
No, I think. Well, this is just in the subreddit jokes. I feel
right, that was interesting jokes.
Yeah. I used to do dad jokes, but this was the exception to the rule. No, I'm not sure when to put a word in or not. Okay. All right. Okay, let's move on. Now I'm not even sure. I put a few at the start and I haven't really thought about which one I'm going to start first. Okay, this is in the subreddit Crazy Ideas.
Yep.
And it was by 10 Milkshake. Hospitals should offer dying patients a box full of illegal drugs they can choose from and enjoy before they die.
Okay, so someone just comes in with a box of drugs, being like, "Look, you're done for."
Yeah.
We've gone around the office. We've put as many things in as we can. Have a blast. Yeah.
We went out back to the alleyway and just asked around. I think that's it's kind of a good idea because at no point do I really want to do some like crazy psychedelic drugs. But if I'm like about to die, then I feel like I might be like, well, I'll just give it a go.
Yeah, so if you knew you were going to die, you were on death's door and someone's like, "Do you want to try heroin?"
Yeah.
You'd be like, "I didn't because it would destroy my life. But my life's destroyed anyway."
Yeah.
I've heard it's great, actually.
Yeah, exactly. It should be. Do you reckon I'm not sure how this system works, but what do you reckon Make-A-Wish could do? What do you reckon the limitations are on the Make-A-Wish Foundation? Because there's two ways you can go about this.
Yeah.
One is blatantly ask the Make-A-Wish Foundation if you can have some hardcore drugs before you die.
Yeah.
But source number two is like, I want to meet, what's a like notorious celebrity that does a lot of drugs? I mean, there's a lot
The Rolling Stones.
Okay. I want to meet the Rolling Stones. Preferably on a Friday night. Yeah. You gotta get the timing right as well. Because then I think your chances go up with potential drug intake.
So your Make-A-Wish, you want the box of drugs, but you want to do them recreationally with a famous person that would do them with you.
I'm just trying to get it around the rules of, because the Make-A-Wish Foundation are like, no, we can't just blatantly give you illegal drugs.
Yeah. But we're like,
But
we'll send you to hang out with these people, wink, wink.
Yeah.
Right.
Then maybe.
So like, it would be the same as like if your dying wish was to lose your virginity. They're like, obviously we can't do that.
Yeah.
We have this prostitute here.
Yeah.
We'll leave you guys alone.
Yeah. And this bag of money.
Yeah.
Wink, prostitute. There if you need it.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, yeah, we'll live in here. We'll skedaddle for a while. Whatever you do, and come back. Interesting. Yeah. Let's just. That's the thing. My tactic now is just to throw out so much fucking gobbledygook into the air that you just won't know what's real and what's not.
Fuck, yeah, mate. We've run into a problem. Yeah. Okay.
It's insurmountable.
Okay. This is interesting. What did you say? Skedaddle and gobbledygook?
I can't remember.
Gobbledygook. Okay. This is very interesting. Okay, Kim.
It's a real stopper of conversation.
Yeah, it's really slowing down this episode. Okay. But this is what I wanted to get to. Is what do you think? What's your dying wish? On your deathbed, you're like, may as well have whatever I can get.
I guarantee that heaven's real would be good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the Make-A-Wish Foundation says we will literally get you anything, legal or not. We don't care.
Yeah.
Some stuff that doesn't even exist.
Yeah, and I want a solid guarantee that heaven's real.
Yeah.
I haven't believed up until now, but now it's suddenly become very important to me that it's real.
Yeah. They might. What if they were like, it's real? You're not going there. We've checked that too.
Yeah.
But it is real.
You know what I would do? They're like, you've got moments left. Mm-hmm. What days? Whatever you want, we'll do for you. I'll say, I just want one thing. Come closer.
Yeah.
Come closer. Subscribe to Reddit on Reddit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, last minute listeners.
Yeah.
That's true. What if, though, actually, that's how you need to exploit it further.
Give me
because
Podnapping.
Yeah. We're doing an episode just before I die. Oh, boy, do I hate them. I think that maybe the secret actually is not to say just one, because that's easy. They're like, oh yeah, okay, I'll subscribe to your podcast if that's your dying wish. It's more about, I want 10,000 listeners subscribe to my podcast by the end of the week. How far do you reckon they go? Because I imagine
you hire bots, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty. But then, oh man, I've just put myself in the shoes of the person that's doling out these wishes to people. And I think I would struggle to sleep at night because probably there's young kids. And I wonder, there is probably this extent, right, don't you reckon, of people where they're like, oh, maybe I will, like maybe I should lie to them to make them feel better. They want subscribers to their podcast. I'll just get a bunch of bots.
Yeah.
They won't know any different.
Yeah.
Because they're a goner in a week. I feel like there's this level of like...
Would you feel bad if you did that?
Yeah, I reckon it would. I reckon it would also depend on the age of the person. Because if it's a young kid, I don't know. Actually, no, if they're really young. I feel like there's like a bell curve type thing.
Yeah, definitely.
It's actually, it starts off as being like, not an issue, I'll lie to them, whatever. They still believe in Santa.
We'll lie to a kid right here, right now without them even dying.
Yeah. Hey, kids, you're special. I've done it to just so many in one go. But if you, because then I reckon it starts at like it's okay to lie to this kid, they're really young. And then they get a little bit older and you're like, I feel like they'll feel really disheartened if they actually find out that this is a lie.
They feel what?
Disheartened.
I don't think that's one. Okay. I'm going to write it down just in case.
Okay.
Okay, go
Fucking
on.
hell. And then I don't know. I've lost my train
what
of
would be
thought
your
now.
dying wish?
My dying wish. I'd like to meet Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I don't really have the crush on her that I once did, but I feel like I'm almost doing it for like the legacy of Nelson. You know?
Yeah.
The like.
You once, I don't know whether this has ever come up on the show, perhaps you've just privately admitted this to me, but in your most current rewatch of Buffy, you now prefer Alison Hannigan.
Yeah, I kind of do. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I would obviously, when I have my dying wish to meet Sarah Michelle Gellar, I would ask for Alison Hannigan's number. But my number one still go to just for the sake of it.
Yeah, for the like, it'd be too serendipitous to really like, you know.
Yeah, hold on a second.
No need.
Keep going.
No need. With the amount you've talked about her, to finally get to meet her, to just be like, now that I've met you in person, I'm actually not that interested.
Yeah,
but I had to know.
Yeah, I mean,
thanks
I
for
think
shopping by, Sarah.
Wouldn't it be so weird with the idea that like, my partner would presumably be by my dying bed.
But you're like, Alan, can you go get a drink?
And I'm not even like...
Don't get it from the cafe here. It's no good at the hospital.
Yeah.
Go down the street.
Yeah. What's that one we've got in the fridge at home? No, but it's like, that's the thing. I'm not even like attracted to Sarah. Well, not like, you know, not to the extent that I would ever cheat on my partner anyway. But it would make me, but that's kind of what makes it weird, because I'm like, I'm so excited to see you, but like, I'm not really as excited as I would have been if I was like 14.
Yeah, right.
So just tell me what you think about Joss. Yeah. Is he a douchebag?
What if she was like, I'm actually on his side and all those women are bitches? and you'd be like, you're not the person I thought you were.
Yeah. Yeah, that would really throw a spanner in the works. All right. Yeah, but we need to move on. This is so hard to concentrate. Can I just say? I don't want to prattle on too long. Oh, God.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Yeah, let's scamper into Ask Reddit.
Oh, God.
This Ask Reddit. Okay. This Ask Reddit is by... Oh, it was cross-posted. It's by Gone Fish Caking.
That's fortuitous.
Shit. I hate this episode. This is such a bad idea.
Can the listeners let us know, is this one of the best or the worst episodes done? We hate it. But it could be, like, was it Schadenfreude, where you take pleasure in someone's pain? They could be experiencing that right now.
Yeah. Kemba, if you do have Schadenfreude, or whatever that was, that I'm not even going to write it down. That's just props for getting that word in there.
Thanks.
You know? Yeah. I'm impressed. Okay. Oh my God. How much more of this episode is there left?
We're
too
coming
long.
to the halfway point.
We're only up to Ask Reddit. Okay. This is cross-posted by Gone for Fish Caking, but originally by Stir Fry Taint. If you could place any object on the surface of Mars purely to confuse NASA scientists, what would it be?
Okay. I like the idea of like not just one thing, but several unrelated things to really confuse them.
Yeah.
Like I want a piano and like a fridge.
Yeah.
And like a stack of old Empire magazines or something.
Oh, okay.
Where they're just like, who? What?
Who's here?
Because if they're all related, there's too much logic to it.
Yeah.
It needs to be confusing enough.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I've thought of a different tactic, which is, okay, what if all of the things did relate to each other?
Yeah, okay.
So then it would give suspicion to somebody on Earth or a group of people. This is what I'm thinking. You put like a little a top hat and a deck of cards and a little box that you can saw somebody in half in.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of like magician props.
Yeah.
Where you go, okay, there is a magician on Earth. That is seemingly, for one, they still do the classic gags of rabbit out of a hat type trips.
Yeah.
But they, in addition, know how to travel to Mars in some way or another.
Okay, yeah. So we want it to appear as if a magician has somehow pulled off a trick so miraculous that the things they've made disappear have ended up on Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Or what are the objects in Monopoly?
Oh.
A car,
Yeah.
a hat,
Dog.
a dog,
A boot.
a cheese grater or something, wasn't it?
Cheese grater?
I don't know.
No, I didn't think. Oh, maybe just
no, it's
cheese?
a thimble, actually.
Oh, thimble. Yeah.
Thimble.
Thimble. Nah.
Yeah, like, do you think people would work out that connection? Where they're like, what is this fucking weird collection of shit on Mars?
Yeah.
And then one day someone goes, they're the Monopoly, they're the Monopoly pieces.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what theories that would then spit out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. Do you reckon that we could, without referencing the podcast, do you reckon we could imply that we were there in some way or another?
Okay, so we need the right collection of stuff that somehow...
Podcast is too easy if we just had like a Reddit on Reddit t-shirt, by the way, that you can buy now.
Yeah. What? The link? Yeah, it's just below.
In the show notes.
I figured someone was asking that to their radio or whatever they listen to us on.
Expensive? No. Technically not. If you go without coffee for several weeks.
Yeah. Okay, so we need like a weird collection of stuff.
An eclectic collection, perhaps.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Yeah, okay, so we need a little hodgepodge of stuff from our show that people will connect to us. What are the things that we... Because you have to put the whole Montague Street Bridge up there.
Yeah. We'll get that up there. Or
and how do you physicalize? That's not a word. How do you physicalize?
That's not on the list.
No.
Otherwise, ChatGPT had a stroke.
How do you physicalize the disdain for podnapping?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe just some sort of I'm so distracted because you started typing, and then I was like, "Are you typing for my sake or your sake?" Oh boy. Oh my god. This episode needs to end so quickly. It's just a sign that says we had Podnapping. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, this is Kevin. That's
He put up this sign that says we had Podnapping.
Yeah.
I can think of two guys.
Okay.
We need to move on.
We need to move on. Perhaps we need to quixotic our way into Today I Advice. So now it's time for Today I Learned. What's the intro to that? Today I Learned. And also sometimes advice. This advice is by Photojournalist 57. He's going to dump me if I don't watch Star Wars. What do I do? I'm a 39-year-old woman. He hasn't watched Star Wars. Oh my god.
Also, I guess not the demo. It's like 12-year-old kids. Like, when did you get into Star Wars?
Yeah, well, no, I feel like when it came out also it's got to be a demographic as well. There's like a mid-period. I
feel like you get into Sar Wars as a child.
Oh, yeah.
It remains a passion as an adult.
Oh, I see.
But at 39,
but
if you haven't got into it, I think the barrier to entry is going to be a lot weirder. You know,
but she hasn't
like
even
you have this
watched
like,
it. So wouldn't you think that when she was a child, she would have watched it then? And she has no excuse to have not watched it since.
But doesn't she say she hasn't watched it?
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
Anyway, hold on. Let me just read the rest of this.
I just want to say that it would be harder to get into it as an adult. She's got this real eclectic mix of characters that are just fucking weird. You know?
I think you've used... No, I used eclectic. Oh, wait, is that on your list too? Oh, that's confusing.
ChatGPT isn't the most well-versed in, we may have had the same words.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm a 39-year-old woman with a lot to offer the world. But everywhere I go, someone's mind gets blown because I've never seen Star Wars. It makes me feel like a stupid idiot, even though I'm a really good person. It gets worse. My boyfriend of 7 months has been telling me that it's an embarrassment, and unless I get with the program and like it, I can hit the road. I love my boyfriend, but don't feel like spending 92,592 hours.
What?
Getting caught up. It's like a weird exaggeration to put in this post.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Also, don't watch them all.
Yeah, don't watch them all. I was getting caught up in thousands of movies starring mystical green babies and robots.
Okay,
what do I do?
How many movies does she think there are?
Yeah. First of all,
thousands of movies.
If somebody would say, you haven't seen Star Wars,
yeah,
I would say minimum they're talking about the first
original trilogy, yeah.
And maximum the prequels also. Yeah. And nothing else in the universe I feel is mandatory to be like, have you or have you not watched?
You need to watch all of the Clone Wars animated series.
Yeah.
It's like an unconscionable request that he's making, so you can't...
I hate this game, Cambo. Oh boy, I hate it. Okay.
Here's the thing, though, with this. I feel for her because who cares, right?
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But also, if there's like a movie series or something I'm not interested in, but Stacey loved it, and she's like, can you just try it for me? Then I would.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So if she's putting her foot down, like, I'll never watch this movie ever because fuck you.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is advice, right? Just watch one.
Yeah. I mean,
it's 2 hours.
I have to admit, isn't it it's insane that this person is so demanding over them. But like, also just watch one. Because also that won't kill you.
Watch an episode of The Mandalorian. Yeah. It's fairly recent and people seem to like it.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda's very cute.
Yeah. I don't particularly like Star Wars.
No. I'm growing to hate it.
Yeah,
I loved Star Wars as a kid. It was my number one thing.
Yeah.
But now, it takes a lot.
Sorry, that sounded really Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
You're not liking it as much.
Yeah. It's just, you know what it is? It's the fans.
Yeah.
The fans of Star Wars have beaten me down. Just the discourse about The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. And like, because I watched them both and I was like, I don't care. Like, yeah, they're not great, but I don't care.
Yeah.
But just people would yell at each other so much about that's not Star Wars and Luke should have abs and do backflips or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Here's my controversial opinion is that on a slightly different topic, I've decided recently that I don't think Harry Potter's very good.
I've been on that boat for a little while.
Yeah, you have been. You've never been really into it.
I've questioned a lot of the logic of the Harry Potter.
You didn't read the books though?
No.
Yeah, okay. Because like I was obviously on it, like I was reading the books as they came out, as they were released kind of thing. But it's actually only since I've been doing these playing the Hogwarts Legacy game.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously in the Hogwarts universe or Harry Potter universe rather, and it's interesting in the way that they sort of explore some things where the book didn't, I don't know, point a finger at it, and you're like, yeah, this kind of doesn't seem right. Like the idea of there's the spells. What are they called? Like the super bad spells.
Yeah.
That you can't do.
Yeah.
Can't remember what they're called. Unforgivable.
Abracadabra is one, if I'm not mistaken.
Not abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Avacadabra.
Who cares?
It's one of my words.
The one that kills people. The one that kills people. I have one word, but you actually can't say it. It's a name that should.
Well, actually, that's a good point. Okay, so getting back. So one is the unforgivable curses.
Yeah.
With the idea that, like, why are some okay and others are? Oh, okay. It maybe it makes a little less sense in the game.
Yeah.
With the idea of like, well, you go around like killing people basically, and there's no blood or guts or anything.
Yeah.
But they die in the exact same way as when you use Avacadabra.
Yeah.
So, but they're like, oh, you shouldn't use that because it's a naughty spell. And you're like, but what is the difference here? And I understand that's the game, but then it's still implied, like with Wizarding Duels, I think, in the books, that like you can still apply, let's say, damage to other people using spells, but they're presumably... They are forgivable, I guess, spells. So why is there like this different? It seems like really mundane, I guess, as to why they are. Because you're like, well, instant death is bad. You shouldn't do that. But like slowly killing somebody with a spell is okay.
Yeah.
We will, like, you'll still go to jail, I guess. But we'll be slightly more okay with it.
I've seen one thing. It was after the Fantastic Beasts movies have come out. There's a scene where there's a huge destruction on a street, and a bunch of wizards come up and they all do the I don't know spells. What's a spell? Fucking fibbity gibbet or whatever, and they move their wands, and it all goes back and cleans up. And then like it's so weird that Hogwarts hires like a guy to walk the grounds and clean when they could do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That we've seen now that they just wave their wand and everything's clean.
But
they hire a mortal man
Yeah.
to come around and clean up after them. There's some kind of weird elitist thing.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Even the idea of Voldemort is really dumb. What I was going to get back to earlier is you can't say his name because people are scared of him, but only because they're scared of him. Like, there's no good reason why. It's like saying Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
Worst person on
If you
the...
say it'll come back.
Worst person on the planet. But I don't feel like we can stop talking about him. Okay, and maybe if the threat of Hitler was to come back if we said his name, maybe I guess I would. But I feel like this is just not really expanded upon. And even his idea, because his whole thing is like, oh, well, it should be like a pure blood world, wizarding world.
Yeah.
But that idea is actually not really a solid idea for a villain as well. You know, like the best villains are the ones where you can kind of see their point of view.
Yeah.
And talking about Hitler, obviously Hitler had the same sort of idea, but that wasn't his sole purpose. He was kind of about like uniting people together, and by doing that, he was kind of
Picking a common enemy.
Yeah, picking a common enemy.
Yeah.
But with Voldemort, it was just like, no, I've just got this one thing where we should all kill. I'm not really like uniting people necessarily. Like there's no purpose to this other than like I hate them and you should hate them too kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you're a pure blood or whatever. Like there's just all these things that I've been getting into that I'm like, this is not actually a very good story.
I had a wild thought the other day. As a man that's grown up some 30 some years not being interested in Harry Potter, just randomly the other day I thought, I might go see The Cursed Child.
Yeah. I kind of want to see that too. I haven't seen it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Because I'm just interested in like, I've heard that it's spectacular.
Yeah.
Like it's very impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it took me by surprise. I was like, why do I think that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I've heard it's pretty good. Yeah. See, the thing is, I think
it's also one play now, which I much prefer.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I still thought it was the two nights. No. God, what a nightmare that was. But no, what I think is interesting though is Harry Potter is good as a surface level, like the world building is really interesting and crazy. And so that's good, but the more you dive into it, the worse it gets. The more you start thinking logically about all these issues, the more you're like, this is insane and bad.
Which is why the Marvel Universe reigns supreme, because there's nothing there to really think about.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any leaps of logic to be made in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Hulk, yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah.
That'll happen. Too much gamma ray, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. See, that's kind of the problem. Because Marvel, you can be like, whatever. It's so over the top.
It's so dumb.
That it doesn't need to make sense.
What's Secret African city? Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, big force field around it. People can't see it. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like how also, I was just thinking about how J.K. Rowling got into that thing. You remember on Twitter how she said, like, wizards started using regular plumbing or whatever, what do they call Muggle plumbing at some point. But prior to that, they would just like...
shit on the floor and then make it disappear.
Yeah. And she only had to think about that because she put in the fact, she put in like the history or whatever in some other random thing that they started using that they, like she didn't ever need to explain it, but because she did, then it left holes in like her logic. And then you had to think about like, oh yeah, why are they using these Muggle toilets? What, like they must have plumbers and things like, you know, like, and as soon as you start thinking about it, it doesn't hold up. Anyway, I don't know, dump your boyfriend.
This is not about Star Wars.
Yeah. All right, let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Gone Fish Caking. No, it was cross-posted to us by Gone Fish Caking. Oh, there's been a lot by Gone Fish Caking.
Yeah, I think all three of the things we've done today. The dad joke in that,
Yeah. This is, thanks for that. I got another one coming up too. But originally by Puff Ballcat. There's no good reason why socks need to be matched.
I mean, sure. Yeah, you can say that about, like, fashion in general. You don't need to match your belt to your shoes.
Yeah.
It just looks nicer.
His thing, Cambo, pairing our socks is what separates us from the animals. Think about that.
What about...
Have you ever seen an animal with matching socks?
What about those pets that look like they have socks? Because their paws are different fur color.
Yeah, that's true. My cat used to have that. Yeah. See, I always have to pair them. This is an argument that me and my...
I pair my socks. I'm not a fucking animal.
Yeah. I'm like, Like, I know theoretically I don't have to, but I do. But part of me does.
Yeah.
Because even it's like the feel. Sometimes, you get slightly different socks if they feel slightly different. Like, I want the same feeling.
Here's a sock question for you.
Yeah.
How rigid are you in your socks? Like, do you pull your socks all the way up? Do you let them hang loose around your ankle? I run a pretty tight sock game, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Like my socks are always like pretty far up.
Yeah. Yeah, I normally pull mine up.
Yeah.
Unless they're very specific, like there's anklet ones.
Yeah.
That I'll just wear for...
I pull them up too. All the way up to my knee.
Yeah, but I have them. Oh, maybe like ever so slightly bunched right at the top.
Oh, yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
But
But I see people with them like down, like they all scrunch down towards their ankle.
yeah.
Like, man, what are you doing?
What do you... Clean up your life. Yeah. You disgrace. Okay, here's another one. Also cross-posted by Gunfish Caking. But originally by Bacon Jacobs. Dental floss has to have the highest ratio of unused part to used part of any disposable product.
So, what do you think about this? I use the little picks.
Oh, okay.
So I would actually say that ratio is pretty good.
Yeah.
But the handle.
Oh, yeah, because you just throw out the whole thing, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of...
But
yeah.
they're talking about floss specifically, then I use the whole floss because it's only,
it's
like
only that bit.
an inch or so.
Yeah, but the handle.
But the handle is like 80% of it.
Yeah.
And I guess I use maybe, 30% of it to hold it.
Yeah.
And the rest is just a connecting thing. But am I using it because it's connecting? Is the fact that I'm holding one side and putting the other side in my mouth and the connector is the thing that gets it there, is that technically being used?
Yeah. I think about tissues when I use tissues.
Okay, yeah.
Because to me, unless you're doing a big nose blow, sometimes you get tissue and just like, just dab a little bit, or like, I don't know, maybe you've got a little booger on your nose, or even maybe using tissue for something else, like there's a drop of water on the bench. Like I'll grab a tissue or a paper towel or something. You get that up and you're like, I haven't used 99% of this, but it's now no longer good for the purpose of what it does. So I'm going to have to throw this away. It's really quite a wasteful world we live in.
Yeah. But at least like tissues and the little picks I use are like bamboo.
Oh, yeah.
Presumably they break down.
I do think about that actually, about how sometimes I justify to myself the things that I use. Because I'd be like, yeah, it's bamboo. Like, yeah, I use these antibacterial wipes sometimes for cleaning. We get them really handy for cleaning like toilet and stuff. And I'm like, we get the bamboo ones. But I'm like, how long does it actually take to break down?
Yeah.
Because theoretically, plastic breaks down. Just
we won't, as a species, be alive to see it.
Yeah.
But it will break down.
So it's like, what's the acceptable period of time? Like, really, maybe we should be using things that break down before we die.
As a race
rule,
or as a human?
No, as a human in your lifetime,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So everything let's just say on average, everything you use has to break down within 80 years.
Okay.
I reckon we would super struggle
because
to do that.
It needs to be a lifetime and not your lifetime, because the older you get, the less you can use. If you're like 88, you're like, shit, I can't use much.
I got to make stuff out of water. Ice. That's about all I got. Because if you think about it like that, and then you think about all the shit we use, we're really screwed up about stuff. I actually saw there was just recently my tennis club has put in like this box to recycle tennis balls.
Yeah.
And tennis ball, if you've ever played tennis before, if you're part of a club or something, they go through so many tennis balls. In fact, I think there was a stat that I'm assuming was probably Australia-based, maybe? And it was like 24 million tennis balls in a year or something like that. And I was like, that's a lot of just like plastic and stuff. And this initiative is like, oh, yeah, we're going to recycle this.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's really That's really good. But then it made me think about all the ones that I haven't recycled in my life. And then be even times where I actually have donated balls to like the vet down the street and just say, hey, give these to some dogs that come in. But like that doesn't really make it any better, does it? It's like this ball that I used for like maybe, 20 games or something is now given to a dog that's going to tear it apart, and it's still just going to be rubbish and go into the
You're just washing your hands of the responsibility of getting rid of the waste.
That dog now has to recycle it because
I don't know where he buried it. I don't know.
Okay, Cambo. Oh, I've never said this before, but enough of the malarkey. Okay. We can now get into podnapping.
Okay. Oh my God! I'm being podnapped.
Podnapping.
Oh God!
This is funny. I would like to just apologize right now to the listeners.
Both of us have just been so fucking flummoxed this whole episode.
Okay, Kevin.
Okay.
Not only have you said flummoxed, you've used it twice. Okay, so, but do we need to put a cap on it? Okay, the cap is right now. You can't use any more words. Okay. I have never been so distracted doing an episode before ever. I'm sure listeners have noticed that I think both of us, particularly me, I feel, I've lost my train of thought so many times because I'm either thinking, A, should I try and insert a word here? Or B, is Camber inserted a word here?
I will say, I think you did well. I was listening, and if you have used a lot,
I'll tell you what, I changed my strategy. Okay, and I didn't use many at all.
Okay, right.
Maybe I shouldn't have given you that hint.
I mean, it doesn't really help me.
Okay. All right, so should we go through it? I guess. Wait, you first.
Okay.
I think you should go first, and then I'm going to tell you
All
my
the ones.
strategy, and then I'm going to, and then I'll do mine.
I only really picked up on 3.
Okay, what was that?
Rung is suspicious. One was canter.
That was a fake one. Minus 1 point, Canberra.
Look, this could be a fake one. You set me up, but you also said malarkey just before we went into it.
That was one of mine, yeah. Okay. So you're on 1 point.
And for some reason, the word prattle.
That was also a fake one.
Ah!
Okay, you're on 0 points.
Okay.
But if there was some that perhaps you got past me, well, first I should try and guess the ones that you have.
Okay.
Okay, now here's the problem. I'm going to tell you a little secret. And I felt as though maybe at the start of the show we should have redone it. I was confident that if we both asked ChatGPT for some words individually, we would get 10 separate words. But I know now that you got some of the words that I have. So, flummox is in there.
Correct.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Okay. Correct. Yeah. So that gives me 2 points. Okay. And then skedaddle.
Skedaddle was in there. Yep.
Okay. I'm on 4 points. Gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook. Yep.
6 points. And then I think you were trying to get me with serendipitous, so I'm not going to say that. Here, I'll tell you the ones. These are the ones that I'm not going to say.
Okay.
But I reckon you tried to set me up with. Prerogative was one. I reckon you tried to set me up with that.
I don't even remember saying it. When did I say prerogative?
Serendipitous was the other one, and then unconscionable.
Oh yeah,
was the other one, and I think all 3 of those were
traps.
Were traps. So flummox, skedaddle, and gobbledygook, I think, were the main ones that I got. Okay,
can confirm those 3 were traps.
Okay, okay. Oh no, those 3 were real, but then the other 3 were traps, right? Yeah. Flummox, skedaddle, gobbledygook.
The ones you suspected as traps.
Okay,
were traps.
Were traps. Okay, that's good. Okay, so theoretically, I'm on 6 points. Now we can go over, I guess, the ones that we are confident that we did slip by the other person.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe you go first too, because then I'm going to...
Okay, I got 4 past you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty good. Yep.
Nefarious.
Oh, nefarious. That was one. Oh, that's good.
That was right out of the gate.
Yeah.
I got that
I
one.
actually thought that, but I was like, oh, nefarious is like a good word. I can use that. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah.
Now, I apologize. I don't know.
So you get another 3 points by the way. Okay, so you're on 3, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll keep my score. So I'm on 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, maybe you did call this one out. Did you call that kerfuffle?
Oh no.
Okay, I got
didn't.
kerfuffle in there.
Oh, I think maybe I thought that one. Well, you were trying to get me, and I didn't even write it down. Okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Okay.
I got past you the word hodgepodge.
Oh my god! Yes, good one.
So that brings me to 9. And I was proud of this one. Fibbity gibbet.
Fibbity gibbet,
Which was my fake wizard spell.
Oh, okay.
When I said, I don't know what spell, I don't know, they say fucking fibbity gibbet.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Oh, that's so crazy. Because I remember thinking, did he just give me a fake word? And I was like, I think at the time, I don't remember that it was that you said, but I was like, no, that sounds like a made up word.
That was the one. Remember I said there's one I definitely can't get?
Yeah,
it was fibbity gibbet.
Oh, well, you got it. You got it.
So, yes, I got 4 past you, which gives me 12 points, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What did you get past me?
Okay.
So you're currently on 6.
Well, here's the trick. And this is what this is where you could say I may be cheated or...
Were they usernames?
No.
Okay, because that was my first.
I did
like,
think
it'd
about
be a
doing
great
that,
way to.
But you've
sneak
got
them
the
in.
show notes too, theoretically. So I didn't. No, what I did was because I knew we had some of the same words. Whenever you said the word, I would repeat it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So then you thought that I was doing it. So I've got flummox, skedaddle, and gobbledygook.
I don't know how I feel about it.
It seems like I've kind of cheated.
Yeah, a little bit.
But anyway, that's not... So I totally changed my tactic. Because in the end, I was like, I'm just going to say them when I think you say them.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I probably should have... Oh, no, wait. Did I say... No, I didn't say... Did I say nincompoop?
No, I also had nincompoop.
Oh, you had nincompoop.
No, I didn't say it.
Yeah.
That was one from the beginning. I was like, I reckon I could probably
get
work
this
that
in,
in, but it never came up organically.
Well, see, this is the problem that I had and why I stopped getting my words in, is because I was like, if I start doing words and then on yours, then you're going to have the same thought process that I do, and that we have the same, and then that changes the dynamic again. So that's why I kind of cheated, but anyway, I'm on 9 because I got those last 3, plus the original 3 was just 6. So I'm on 15. 9 plus 6.
Yeah. 15.
Yes, good.
Yeah. Good
math, Nelson.
15 to my 12, so you win.
I don't feel good about it. It's like
I don't feel good about anything in this show.
It's like lying to the Make-A-Wish kid. That's what I've done. But the first one, which actually I'll say, originally I said, I can't even get this into a sentence.
Yeah.
And I said a word, and then you said, what was that word? And I didn't tell you.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
It was the word quizzical, which was meant to be a trap. But then you said you forgot, and I was like, should I say it again? But then maybe that's obvious.
Yeah, if you had said it again, I wouldn't have believed
then you wouldn't have believed me. So I was like, I'll just leave it, and hopefully he remembers what I said, and then he'll get a negative point.
I was also, I'll be honest, a little bit impressed at the trap words my brain was coming up with.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, what is that word? Where did I pull that from?
Yeah.
Serendipitous.
Never said that in my life.
Schadenfreude came out completely organically.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Anyway, oh my God. What a weight off my shoulders that podnapping was. Now it's time for the Ask Me. Oh my God.
Let's just do one.
The worst episode we've had has gone too long. No, that's not true. We've had worse episodes. This is the Ask Me Anything where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write and ask us anything you want.
Go on here from Zimbo. It says, Gentlemen, after firing off the email about doing another season of What Rules, which is for new listeners a game that Zimbo invented for us, I had a panic attack as I remembered how much work it required. The new recording format would also indeed make it quite hard / impossible. As such, the only rule in the new season was The only rule in the new season was giving me an excuse to back out. Nelson gets 1 billion points and is the What Rules champion indefinitely. which I guess you just remain the What Rules champion because you did win the previous game.
Ziba, I will be expecting another trophy in the mail.
I may get the courage to once again try another round of What Rules, but not quite yet. AMA 201.8. Whatever happened to Cousin Rowan? Also, saying you didn't come here to fuck spiders suggests there's a scenario in which you did come here to fuck spiders. Are Aussies out there fucking spiders? If so, when? Regards, Zimbo.
Yes. Here's
Look,
the thing.
are Australians fucking spiders?
Yeah.
And what happened to Cousin Rowan are more connected than you think.
It's surprisingly so. And Marvel Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All these three things are joining up.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. You might think fucking is in the sexual context, having sex with. What we sometimes do as a society, in order for the spiders not to take over our lives and eat our eyeballs while we sleep, is we go out and we fuck spiders up.
Yeah.
So sometimes I might go around to your house and I'll be like, hey, I'm here to fuck spiders. And we're like, cool. And then we get our baseball bats and we go outside and we just squish as many as we can find.
Yeah.
So that's just clearing up that sort of logic thing. Yes, we do fuck spiders.
Yeah. All night long sometimes.
All night long to sweet, sweet music. Whatever happened to Cousin Rowan? I ran into him the other day. Not ran into him. It was a planned family event. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm pretty far behind. And I was like, yeah, don't worry about catching up. It's fine. It's okay. You know what? You lasted a while.
There's
Good
no
job.
worse ambassador of this show than us.
Yeah.
We recently heard a story of a young woman suggesting her boss listen to this show.
Yeah.
Which Stacey was kind enough to shut down on our behalf, which is very good of her. But yes, no one tells people not to listen to this show more than us.
Speaking of which, Zimbo originally, when he suggested that he was going to do another round of What Rules, said that we should make up our own rule that affects the other person in some way or another. And I actually did come up with a rule, and I reckon I'm on a lot of points already.
Okay.
Mine was going to be pretty simple. I'm going to get a point an episode.
Yeah.
Maybe more depending on how the scoring system was working. For every time you start the episode and talk about the podcast as the first thing that you say.
Right.
So like if you started talking about like, I don't know, something that happened during the week or something, then that wouldn't count.
Yeah. So merch would register as podcast.
Merch was one.
Yeah.
And then so I won today. And then just, I don't know, you'd have to go back and listen. But I reckon I'm on like another billion points. So.
I would have got a point every time you mispronounced the username. So.
Ah, damn it. Okay, you win. Yes, thank you for writing in, Zimbo. If you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast at gmail.com. You can also reach us at Facebook, not Twitter. Do you know what I did recently?
What?
Okay, we never use our Twitter.
Yeah.
Except Cameron in this one instance where I bought tickets to PAX Oz. And they, at the end of the ticket process, they're like, hey, do you want to enter this competition where you can win a Steam Deck? And I was like, absolutely, I do. Yeah. I will never, ever buy a Steam Deck, but I want one. And so I was like, the only time I'll get one is when I enter it for free.
This is like me and a 3D printer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Never buy one. But if by chance you happen upon
I'd have one, but I won't buy one.
Yeah. And so, anywho, I had to like share something on social media, and I was like, well, I'll use the thing that we never use, Twitter. And so you'll probably see that I shared. I don't know, people might have liked it and shared it. I don't know. But
I wouldn't imagine so.
It was for an entry to a competition. Anyway, you can reach us at Twitter or our subreddit. They're all READIT podcast. Thanks for writing in.
Rate the show, review the show.
And we'll read you later, you lollygaggers.